Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am Bricker Boom, and it's time for another Pokemon by Daylight. Not sure why I decided to say it that way, but we're just going to go ahead and roll with it. But today, we're going to be covering Ace, Ripley, and the Xenomorph. I think in that order. I don't know. I edit these as I go along because who needs professionalism? But let's go ahead and hop into Ace's backstory.
Ace Visconti is one charming guy. With his sharp Italian looks, gray streaked hair, and silver tongue, he could pass for an aging 50s movie star. His heart has always belonged to the cards. From his roots as a poor boy in Argentina, he gambled, scammed, seduced, and smooth talked his way to a life of luxury as a high roller in the land of opportunity. Despite money always having a way of slipping through his fingers, Ace always figured he could win more. He never fulfilled that ambition. Eventually, he racked up too many debts with the wrong kind of people. And when they finally came to collect, Ace was nowhere to be found. No one knew who tipped him off or where he fled to. But anyone who knew Ace Visconti can agree on one thing: he will survive against all odds.
Unless I play as him.
Yeah, same. I always die with him.
Yep, same.
Ace Visconti is a lucky gambler, improving the odds of the entire team. He is one lucky bastard, or at least this says it in the wiki. I swear to God, he is one lucky bastard, or at the very least, he believes he is. Therefore, he is always ready to make a gamble. Often, he's right. His perks boost the luck of all survivors and help with chest searches.
So, with that, I think that the best team to work with Ace and his backstory is first Clefable, due to the fact that it has access to the move Metronome, and that's basically a gamble to use. Shedinja, because due to Ace always praying he'd win big, if you end up having to use Shedinja, you pray that you won't find someone who has a fighting move that is strong against you. Persian, due to it having access to the move Payday. Porygon, due to it being a Pokemon that you can legitimately buy from the game corner. Zoroark, due to it being a Pokemon that acts as another and uses itself as a way to scam someone. And then finally, Honchkrow, due to the fact that it is basically a mobster Pokemon. So, with that, the best team for Ace, we think, is Clefable, Shedinja, Persian, Porygon, Zoroark, and Honchkrow.
And that's it. That's a story. Like, it's so short.
It's short. He's a
Huh.
gambling man. He's a gambler. Bear with me.
Uh
Shed
oh.
Ninja. Because Shed
If he,
Ninja literally is a prayer and a dream and gonna gamble that you're not gonna find somebody who's weak against or strong against him.
I thought he was going to say Jigglypuff and I was about to pee my pants.
Next up is going to be Ripley, or Ellen, or whatever you want to call her, the newest survivor. But let's go ahead, hop into her backstory. But if you've seen the movie, you probably already have a pretty good idea what it is.
Ellen Ripley served as a warrant officer on the ship Nostromo during the ship's final voyage. Girl, that's a bad luck.
Well, that's a bad omen from the get go.
When an unknown alien life form attached itself to one of her crew, she attempted to follow quarantine protocol. Her efforts were in vain, though, when the ship's AI mother had other plans. Without quarantine, disaster struck. Using the ship's officer as a host, the alien burst from his chest and escaped into the bowels of the Nostromo. As the creature grew, its reign of terror continued, picking off crew members until only Ripley remained. Alone and without hope, Ripley secured secured the crew's cat, Jonesy. I love him, and managed to set the self-destruct mechanism on the Nostromo without realizing the alien was one step ahead of her. As the escape shuttle pushed through space, the small speck of light that was the Nostromo exploded into an expanding orange fireball. The shuttle jolted and rattled, and then there was silence as the Nostromo receded into nothingness. Unhooking her straps, Ripley began to prepare for the long journey back to the frontier when suddenly something stirred in the deep shadows of the shuttle. The alien. Cautiously, Ripley inched toward the lockers where she put on her pressure suit. Then, as the alien advanced on her, she opened the airlock, ejecting the alien into the cold expanse of space. With the shuttle secure, Ripley recorded her final report
Jones.
of the commercial starship
Jonesy.
Nostromo and proceeded to enter her hypersleep chamber. The dark fog of sleep slithered and coiled around her, making her feel heavy and tired. She closed her eyes on one nightmare, only to open them in another. Ellen Ripley, warrant officer of the Nostromo, is capable and pragmatic. Her perks let her hide her pools of blood and grunts of pain, blow killers with trapped pallets, and run silently. I love the cat. The cat makes me so happy.
So, with Ripley's team, we wanted to go ahead and give her Beheem due to it being an alien-like Pokemon, Luxray due to it saying it resembles a fully grown lion and her owning Jonesy, Magmortar due to her setting up fire turrets along the map when you play DBD, Wheezing due to her being able to use a chemical trap, Rapidash due to her light-footed perk and running from the alien, and then Fortress due to it being a steel ball and her operating mech suits that are, in fact, steel. So with that being said, the best team for Ripley, we believe, is Beheem, Luxray, Magmortar, Wheezing, Rapidash, and Fortress. Hamtaro. My best friend.
This is a problem now.
Ooh, it's drooling.
Yeah,
As
it's
it
kind of
do.
gross.
Oh, Gloom! Am I wrong? So last but not least, we have the Xenomorph, and if you hear a cricket in the background as I'm going through this, I apologize. One has snuck into my room, and as you know, they are very difficult to find, but my cat is on the case currently hunting as a good cat does. Thank you, Bean. So let's go ahead and hop into his backstory. Or her.
A perfect organism, born of violence, designed to kill. The xenomorph emerged from the chest cavity of a host named Kane and sought cover in the shadows of the Nostromo. As it shed its skin, the xenomorph came to understand its environment. Using the ship's air ducts, it's killed its prey one by one until the human Ripley remained. Desperate for survival, Ripley destroyed the Nostromo and sought refuge in an escape vessel. But the xenomorph's instincts gave it the edge. As the escape vessel floated through space, the xenomorph lay in wait, watching its prey. Just as it went in for the kill, the vessel's airlock opened and the xenomorph was ejected into the cold vacuum of space. All was lost. The xenomorph was close to death, and then, in an instant, it disappeared in a cloud of black fog. A relentless specimen from a distant planet, the xenomorph is vicious, agile, and cunning. Its perks allow it to chase. Nope, that's not a thing. Whoop. Oh man. Its perks allow it to cause nearby survivors to scream, gain haste after basic attacks, and see auras of faraway survivors.
So, for the Xenomorph, we have Gloom due to it drooling just like the Xenomorph does, and also using acid. Iron Treads due to the dex entry saying that it looks like a scientific weapon. Gliscor due to it being a silent killer and using its lengthy tail to finish off its prey. Orbeetle due to it being a UFO-based Pokemon. Drapion due to it having a long tail and poison. And then finally Muck due to the nauseous fumes left behind, much like Xenomorph's acid. So, with that being said, a good team for the Xenomorph is Gloom, Iron Treads, Gliscor, Orbeetle, Drapion, and Muck. And with that, it's also another Pokemon by Daylight all taken care of. We're getting pretty close to being done with this, so like I did say, we're gonna end up, after we finish the Survivors, we'll probably take a month or so off just to kind of hang out and regroup, and then after that, we're gonna be diving most likely into Stardew Valley. So, as always, if you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, think about hitting the like and subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out. Maybe it's a different locker? I'm
Maybe it is a different
so glad I started hitting record again.
locker. Oh no! I just wanted to see the cat.